Recruits, it is my job to see to it that you become top soldiers in God's army. If you study the stories in your field manual, the Bible, you can learn from some of the best soldiers God's army has ever seen. Let me tell you about one of these men. His name was Samson. What was his name?
Samson, sir!
Now, before Samson was even born, God sent an angel to tell his parents that Samson would one day deliver Israel out of the hands of those rotten Philistines. Because of this, they were told that Samson must never drink wine and must never cut his hair. Now, under normal circumstances, I would never approve of any non-regulation hippie haircuts. But since this order came direct from the Commander-in-Chief, it's A-OK by me. Samson was a fine soldier. He once defeated an army of 1,000 Philistines using only a donkey's jawbone as a weapon. What did he use?
A donkey's jawbone, sir!
Not exactly a military issue. Even though Samson was a fine soldier of God, he was still just a human being. He fell in love with a woman who did not love him. In fact, the woman, Delilah, was nothing more than a Philistine spy. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a lying, sneaking spy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir!
Delilah was supposed to find out the secret of Samson's strength. The first 3 times she asked him, he did not divulge the secret. Consequently, he was able to escape the traps of the Philistines. But the 4th time she asked him, he told her that the secret to his strength was his long hair. That night, the Philistines grabbed Samson and gave him a haircut. That's not all they did. Because the Lord's strength had left him, they also seized him, blinded him, and sent him off to prison. Samson was humiliated. This once fine soldier learned that you should never put your total trust in anybody except God. Who do you trust, recruits?
Trust God, sir!
But while Samson was in prison, his hair began to grow back, and the strength of the Lord began to return. One day, the Philistines brought Samson out so the people could taunt and tease him. Now, Samson was always thinking strategy. He asked the Philistines to let him lean against the pillars of the temple. As he stood there, he asked the Lord to give him strength again. And with a mighty push, Samson knocked down the pillars, bringing the temple crashing down on 3,000 Philistines. Samson died in the crash as well, but he defeated more Philistines in his death than he had in his life. Samson is a good example of how, as soldiers of God, you need to learn to depend on God's strength and not your own. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Remember, with man, some things are possible, but with God, all things are possible. And recruits, you don't ever have to worry about God's strength leaving you. He sent His Holy Spirit to be with you all the time. Understood?
Yes, sir!
Excellent. Now, keep reading your field manuals and following the Commander-in-Chief. Company, on 10, hunt, forward, march, hunt, 2, 3, 4, hunt, 2, 3, 4.
Now we're going to turn off the lights so everybody stay in your seats and pay attention to the next show.
Samson, one of the judges, strong as he could be. Watch out for Philistines. Samson, hair to his ankles, long as slew them all with the donkey's jaw. Then Delilah said, let me shake your head,